London Real sometimes has interesting guests, but sometimes the dude on that show interviews people like Wim Hof, who is famous essentially for telling people to hyperventilate. I sometimes question the choice of guests on that show, but I didn't think they would sink as low as having Mr. Avocado himself. You may remember him for tossing word salads like,
chocolate is an octave of sun energy.
And
remember what I was telling you about? Like if you become loaded with Ormus, all the cosmic energies come right into you. Because it wants to mate with you.
On London Real, he goes on about this incoherent nonsense.
When you get to the flat earth, what's amazing about that, what's interesting about that is you immediately go, is the space program authentic? Right? You go, boom, space program. Is it authentic? Are these pictures that we're getting, satellite pictures, are they really from satellites or are they from high altitude drone balloons? Is the rocketry thing really just a stage trick? Right? Now, I have been studying the people who are running the world for a very long time. You know, I grew up with David Icke. I mean, I've been reading that stuff since I was a kid, right?
David Icke is the dude who says the world is controlled by lizard people and for years wore a turquoise tracksuit because he thought it gave him magical powers or some shit.
I got kids, you know, the kids that I've educated, they've been studying that stuff since they were 11 years old. You know, so we're open to that possibility that there could be major organized crime in the world. And is it possible that these guys are using stage magic, tricks? Look over here. Meanwhile, they got your watch off over here, right?
I often wondered what the point would be of making the Earth look round if it's really flat. What could possibly be the motive? Well, David Wolf's figured it out. NASA is using stage tricks to make it look like they are launching rockets, and while you are watching those rocket launches, boom, they steal your watch. I'm sure Dave has some statistics or something that show that 90% of all watch thefts occur while people are watching a space launch. It's a perfect crime. There couldn't possibly be a more efficient way to distract people while you rob them than with a fake multi-billion-dollar aerospace industry.
And is it possible that the world that we're living in has been misdescribed? I definitely know that the world we're living in has been misdescribed to us and oversimplified, including the solar system model. It's been vastly oversimplified. It doesn't actually accord itself to the very accurate readings we can get today with our technology. Right? Like they never predicted that it was going to come to this.
Come to what? What measurements exactly are being taken that contradict the heliocentric model?
Right. So they were like, oh, we'll just run this BS story in front of these people and we'll just keep it going. But then now all of a sudden we got technology. So it's leading us to something. But out of all the flat earth stuff, what's going to happen is we know the answer. And the whole thing is going to come down to Antarctica. There's something going on in Antarctica. So whatever your belief system is, where you can, crack your, this part of it or the other part of it or whatever, Antarctica. Are we getting legitimate science out of Antarctica? And do we have proof that the sun is up 24 hours in Antarctica? And the answer is we do not. Because the two videos, and there are only two on the whole internet, of the sun being up 24 hours in Antarctica on December 21st, which is their summer, are provable hoaxes and frauds, which right there should cause you to go, what?
Well, yes, immediately after he said that shit, my reaction was, what?
Wake up call. Is it possible that the people who are running our governments are connected to each other in secret societies? And the answer is, that's possible. Are they working together secretly? Yep, it looks like they are. That's the Council of Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, the Freemasonic societies of the world. Is it possible that they could have malintent, meaning that they could have intent to deceive? And the answer is, yep, certainly possible.
The only way the Trilateral Commission and the Freemasons can get away with their devious plan to steal our watches is by making us all think the world is round. Now, of course, I know he's not literally talking about NASA stealing watches, but he seems to be talking about the space program being for the purpose of distracting us while these secret societies do something. What are they doing, and how the fuck is the space program an effective or even cost-efficient distraction? If you want an excuse to make some money disappear, just call it defense spending and where the money goes is top secret. People will buy that shit, and you don't even need to fake a space program. Thanks again for helping me out on Patreon.